Hi there. If you would love a 5-minute, really quick exercise program that's going to help to keep you fighting fit and motivated over these Christmas holidays, then stick around. So hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lisa Smycz from Errol Street Chiropractic, and I'm visiting today Jet's gym in Coburg.
Absolutely.
And here's the fabulous Phil.
Hiya.
Thanks for having us, Phil.
Look, my pleasure.
Now, thanks for joining, guys. I can't quite see you over there, so...
Oh God, we're both as blind as each other. It's going to be
I'm
good.
quite blind. Now, I'm really excited about today because we get loads of people coming to us and saying to us as doctors, what do I do over the Christmas holidays to, make sure my core stays strong and I maintain that flexibility and fitness so I don't lose everything when I come back from holidays and then my back gets really cranky and upset. So, Phil, thanks for putting this wonderful program together.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So thank you. And just to kind of remind you guys, who is this program for?
Honestly, this program is tailored at pretty much any individual. Obviously, chronic pain or acute injuries notwithstanding. We've put together some options that are going to be a little bit easier or that will accommodate for some minor injuries, as well as options that will make it a little bit harder for people as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So great for families. So if you're down by the beach or out at the park or in the back gardens, and also for over 50s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Exactly right. And a lot of these things, if you've got young kids around, they're great things to get the kids involved with as well.
Get them off the couch, guys.
Exactly right.
All right. So Phil, you ready to go? Hey, this is a 5-minute program. However.
We've put together some options as well. So what would be a 5-minute program, you could also turn into a circuit and make it a full 25-minute workout. So depending on how much energy you've got, how much time you've got available, we can actually make this quite a lot harder for you as well. Just to keep you feeling like you're moving and you're doing the things that you enjoy as well. So as with anything, we're going to start with a brief warm-up. So often when you're on holidays, there are a few bits that naturally get quite tight. So we're looking specifically your poor hip flexors from sitting a lot, especially if you're flying or driving. They cop a bit of a beating. Your glutes might get a little bit tight, and then your pecs and your chest. These guys here get a little bit tight as well. So we're going to start off with a 90-90 hip flexor stretch. So Lisa's going to get into a 90-degree angle at her front and back leg. If your knees feel a little bit dodgy, you can prop a pillow underneath your back leg as well, so you don't necessarily need to be sitting on hard ground. Important position for this is to draw the pubic bone up and to squeeze the back glute as hard as possible. This is going to get the stretch into the hip flexor. Quite often, you'll see people just driving forward into a lunge position. So if you demonstrate that for me, Lisa, where people just kind of like drive forward into a lunge here, and they're not really getting the full benefit of the stretch. So if you come back up, be really strict with it, you're gonna feel a really strong stretch with that hip flexion through the quad. If you want to increase the stretch, you can add a little twist towards your front leg. So as you can see, Lisa's twisting this way here, and that's going to, again, you'll feel that through the sides and through the long hip flexors as well. Usually when we're stretching, if it's a static stretch, you're looking sort of 20-30 seconds per side is plenty. All right, from here we're going to move into a glute stretch. So this one will be on your back. Lisa's going to cross one leg over the top of the other. She's going to reach through the middle. She's either going to grab the back of her hamstring, or she wants a bigger stretch because she's quite flexible. She'll grab the front of the shin there. To make this stretch a little bit harder, if you want to get a little bit more into the sides of the hips, she's going to twist away or towards the side that she's holding there. And that is going to feel hopefully really good. You look like that feels like heaven. Excellent. It looks great. Beautiful. All right. So there are our two lower body stretches. The other one that we're doing today is going to be a doorway stretch. So at a 90-degree angle for a lot of people is kind of an okay place to start. You want the elbow to be above the shoulder. Lisa's going to step forward on her inside leg here, and then maintaining the integrity through the core, so pubic bone again drawing up, she's going to rotate away. So that's going to be a pretty advanced stretch. You can just keep it in a neutral position here and just get a tiny little bit of opening. For some people, that's going to be enough. If you're feeling this through the front of the shoulder joint, if you're feeling any tingling through the hands or any sharp pain, stop there. Beautiful. So now that we've got everything nice and stretched, everything feeling nice and limber, we can increase our heart rate. So if you want to increase your heart rate, increase blood flow to your muscles, you can do a couple of things. So you can just do some general movements, so things like doing some star jumps, high knees, body weight squats, anything you feel like just to get a bit of movement going is going to be great. We've got another option which we've put together, which is a bit more of a movement flow, and Lisa's going to demonstrate that. So this is going to start off with some Superman lunges, or Spider-Man lunges rather. So Lisa's going to start in a plank position on the ground. She's going to step one leg forward in line with her hands if she can. She's going to twist towards that side, put her hand back down on the ground, come back out to a plank position. And then she's going to repeat on the other side. So she's going to lunge, twist, hand goes back down, stepping back out to the plank. So you can see she's twisting through the torso, activating through the legs, she's bearing weight on her hands, her upper body's working as well. All of the muscles are moving. From here, we're going to move into some inchworms. So straight in from the plank position, she's going to walk her hands as close into her feet as she can. You can keep your legs straight. If you need to make this a little bit easier, you can take your legs a bit wider as well. So she's going to walk her hands back out to that plank position, dropping into a solid plank position, squeezing her bum, walking her hands back to her feet again. So once you build up a little bit of momentum here, this is going to get the heart rate up. It's obviously going to keep you very active. You're going to feel like you've done a little bit of work. And the last part here is just some body weight squats. So again, driving the knees out, hips coming backwards, bracing the abs. She's going to pump through these relatively quick. And then I guarantee you, she's going to feel like she's already started. She already feels like the blood is pumping, heart rate is up, ready for the workout component of this.
Cool.
All right. Do you feel warm?
I do. I do. I think I've got a bit of colour.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So our first exercise for today, so our little circuit is going to have a leg exercise, a hinging exercise, pushing exercise, pulling exercise, and an ab exercise. So these are kind of all your fundamental movement patterns to create a full body program.
Cool.
Excellent. So our first movement is a squat. So you would have seen Lisa just do a body weight squat then, but we're going to do another one anyway, just to remind you how it looks, just to make Lisa work a little bit harder as well. Beautiful. So as you can see, torso position, there's a slight hinge forward to allow the hips to drive back. Knees are tracking out. There's no wavering through the knees at all. They're coming out directly over the toes. If this movement didn't feel very comfortable for you, you can always regress this by squatting to a box or a bench or a couch or any object that you've got. So here, obviously being a gym, we've got objects that are pretty much the perfect height for this. If you're doing this exercise at home, you might have to be a little bit more creative. So quite often, like a bed or a mattress might be a better height. As you can see, this forces Lisa to drive her hips back. So if your knees are a little bit twingy, focusing on driving your hips back, keeping a little bit less knee shear here is going to keep your knees nice and safe. As you can see, she's gently sitting back. If this was a little bit hard for you, you could commit your full weight to the bench. So sit all the way down, you can reach forward, you can either use something to help you up or you can try and stand up yourself. So there's obviously other ways to regress it. Now, we're gonna make it a little bit harder. Awesome, this is where it gets fun. So if you're doing this at your house, you're gonna have to be a little bit, you're gonna have to use a bit of ingenuity. So everyone's got some random objects lying around the house. I know when I go back, so I'm gonna go back to visit my Big Greek family for Christmas. I know that the one thing that there always is in a Big Greek household is there's always gonna be a 20-litre bottle of olive oil hiding underneath the sink. That will be a great weight for me to hold here and do my squats. If you don't come from a Big Greek family, this could be a pot plant, this could be someone's pet dog, this could be someone's baby child. Any of those options are fine. As you can see, Lisa's holding the object close to her body, close to her center of gravity, which makes it really comfortable. If she wanted to hold this object a little bit further away, she'll be using her abs a little bit harder, she'll be isometrically contracting her arms, so they'll be working a little bit harder. Everything's gonna be working a little bit harder as well. The other option to make this harder is to add a bit of momentum. So we can turn this into a plyometric squat or a jump squat. I guess I'm going to be the one demonstrating this. So the most important thing with any plyometric movements is that the movement integrity stays the same. So you'll see, you'll get a bit of air, you're going to land in a full squat, knees are still tracking out perfectly. Jump, land, jump, land, jump, land. As you can see, that's going to get your heart rate up. but make sure that obviously the movement integrity is as good as it would be with a regressed version there.
That was great, Phil.
So many squat variations. All right, shall we move on?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
What are we doing next?
So, what we've got next? Everyone needs to have a trusty TheraBand. Keep these in your bags at all time. You never know when you're going to be near a park. You never know when you want a little gentle stretch. Clamber on in. All right. She's in. All right. Stand up nice and tall. Good. So remember, a deadlift is a hip hinge, and a hip hinge is different to a squat. So what we're going to see is Lisa's torso is going to come forward, her hips are going to drive back, she's really loading up the hamstrings. As she drives through, she's squeezing her glutes as hard as possible. As you can see, abs are remaining engaged for the entire time, torso is driving forward towards the ground, coming back up. This is probably one of the most useful movement patterns to master. I guarantee you, if you master this movement pattern, you are saving yourself from a lot of risk of injury. Yeah. Is that burning? It's burning?
Good, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Excellent.
Can I stop now?
I think you can stop now. Would you like to move on?
I'd love to move on.
Awesome. Cool. So we're going to move on to our pushing movements now. Cool. This is going to be super fun. So we're going to jump straight into push-ups, and I know Lisa can smash out some push-ups, so she's going to do them straight on the ground. All right. So you can see here, shoulders are lined up over wrists. Shoulder blades are pulling back on the way down. She's maintaining a perfect plank position for the entire time. That's a pretty textbook push-up. Maybe want to get more than 2 or 3 out? We can bring it up to an incline. So again, kitchen islands are often the perfect height for this. If you don't have a kitchen island, bed, couch, table, something that doesn't move is kind of number one. As you can see, full range of motion, the shoulder blades are coming together, maintaining a perfect plank position there. Again, if you need to regress that further, up against the stable wall will get you enough just to load the arm muscles there and work the chest muscles there as well. If you want to make this harder, you can totally pull out your trusty TheraBand again. So this time, the TheraBand is going to be wrapped around your, you're going for the light one.
Oh, okay.
Nah, definitely go for the hard one. Nah, no cheating this one. So this time the TheraBand is going to be wrapped around your back. So, yeah, exactly right. So this is going to add extra resistance when you are on the pushing phase of the movement. So the bit that's already kind of hard is going to be even harder. So as you can see here, band is around Lisa's triceps and around her back. And as she drives up, that's going to give extra resistance to make the push-up even harder. So they are our pushing variations today. Now we're going to move into some pulling variations. If you like, you can use the same TheraBand. We've got a different one here, which is slightly lighter, mainly because I've been mean to Lisa and I gave her a heavier TheraBand for the other exercises. I'm a really nice person, I swear. Cool, so we're going to do some TheraBand pull-aparts. So for this one here, hands are going to be exactly right. Shoulder width apart. We're going to pull the band apart, keeping the shoulders down and back. So with this one here, you can either do as Lisa's doing, double up the band, or you can go just one side of the band for a little bit less resistance. This one here is obviously working the muscles in the back of the shoulder and through the upper back as well. Our other option is to do a bent over row. So in this case, Lisa's going to be standing on her TheraBand. So yeah, stand on in, hinging forward, and she's going to be pulling and squeezing through the middle back muscles. Exactly right. So you can see the shoulder blades are retracting here, shoulders are coming down towards the back pockets. Yeah, beautiful. So quite often with a rowing action, people tend to shrug a little bit through the upper traps and elevate through the shoulders. Lisa's doing a really good job of getting these shoulders back. Obviously she's got great range of movement, so you can see that really, really clearly there. All right, last bit of fun.
Going?
Oh, you are doing excellent. You're the model.
I'm
you know
warm.
that. Yeah. You're just here for a quick compliment. All right. So the last exercise we've got for you guys is a core exercise. So this is a variation on the Pavlov press, which is an anti-rotation movement. So the abdominal muscles have a whole heap of functions. Two of the movements that I like to prioritize are an anti-flexion and an anti-rotation movement. So quite often you'll see people doing things like crunches where they're using the abdominals to flex the spine. Their most important function though is to prevent movement of the spine. So things like planks are anti-flexion, so preventing flexion of the spine. This exercise here is an anti-rotation exercise, so preventing twisting of the spine. It's also a little bit of fun. So in this case, we're both going to grab one side of the band. We're going to press it straight out. So as you can see, not much tension on it yet. Lisa's going to take a big step out. I'm going to take a big step out as well. So I'll make this band a little bit tighter so you can see both of us, because I feel like that's going to be good. All right. So holding it out. Take a big step out. Take a step out.
I can't.
Take a step out. So
He's bigger than
for
me.
both of us, this is going to be working really hard through the obliques on the inner side here. We're going to hold it for about 30 seconds, and then you're going to have to do it on the other side. Absolutely. Yep. All right, so they're all of our exercises. Realistically with these ones here, you can do one round through, sort of like 10 to 15 repetitions of each, and that should be enough to keep everything moving, kind of to keep on greasing the groove.
Yeah.
If you want to turn it into a workout, go 3 to 4 rounds through, maybe take 30 seconds to a minute rest at the end of each cycle, and then you should feel like you've done a whole heap.
So, Phil's been great in giving you exercises that you can step up with, or you can tone them down. This is about making sure you maintain your flexibility, your core strength, to help to prevent those niggly backs from, popping up. So guys, be really, really safe. Anything really hurts, just stop, as Phil has said. And if you've got any questions, are you happy to answer?
I am so happy to answer them. I will answer them in a relatively long-winded way because that's kind of my style, but absolutely hit me up. Yeah, we're here to help.
And also, if you don't already like our Instagram pages or even our Facebook pages, just hit that like button. Let us know what you liked about today. Any maybe suggestions these guys might have.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.
Bye,
See you guys.